called upon his colleagues in the scientific community for a reappraisal of Einstein's disturbing unified field theory. But he was totally unprepared for the letter.
My dear colleague, for reasons that will become apparent, I shall identify myself only as Carl W. Allen, and inform you, as my conscience demands, that Einstein's theory has been brought to reality with some shocking results. The Philadelphia experiment was the code name for secret tests conducted by the Navy in October of 1943 aboard the USS Eldridge, the destroyer that had been specially fitted with unique electrical and electronic equipment. For all intents and purposes, the tests were for camouflage development. Based upon the Einstein calculations, the Navy had 4 huge generators especially designed and built. These were to produce massive flux fields, which, when counterposed, would create an envelope of sorts about the test ship, a magnetic smoke screen, if you will.
We've installed 4 generators on the destroyer. 1 on the flying bridge, 1 amidships, and 2 aft. When we begin this experiment, the varying potentials of the generators should alter the structure of the atmosphere around the ship, resulting in a color combining with the sea.
You mean to make the destroyer invisible?
Not strictly, sir. The ship will be hiding under a traveling magnetic canopy of sorts.
We're ready, sir.
Good. Please be seated, sir. Proceed with the countdown.
Power to start.
We have a ready from the Eldridge, sir. Lock monitors. We have a command. Coming up on the mark and counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.
Minutes after the test was completed and the equipment shut down, the Eldridge vanished again, for no reason. The Eldridge reappeared just as suddenly a few minutes later. The immediate after effects produced retching sickness and considerable painful symptoms among the men. Horrid. But what happened later was far worse. The test was an unqualified success for the equipment desert, but an utter failure for the crew that had been exposed to something far worse than nuclear radiation. Only the lucky ones went mad.
I saw him there. Don't tell me he wasn't there. I saw him. Right next to me. And I looked over at him.
many of these poor men continued to experience a trans-dimensional phenomenon, completely destroying any chance they may have had for normal lives. They've become freaks, Jessup. Freaks that were quickly and carefully snatched into seclusion. To avoid embarrassing questions, they've become nothing more than carefully preserved specimens, Jessup. I've seen them myself. Human beings reduced to the level of laboratory animals. My dear Jessup, in our responsibility to science, can we forget our humanity? I leave it to you to decide if further work shall be put into this or not. I write in hope there will be.
Allen's letter set Jessup upon an exhaustive 5-year search for the truth. And in spite of threats, insults, and coercions, Jessup continued to probe right up to the last bizarre moments of an April night in 1959.
Listen, I've reached some fantastic conclusions regarding that Philadelphia experiment, and I've got to see you right away. How about tomorrow? No, right away, tonight. Good, I'll be there in an hour with all my notes.
But neither Jessup nor his papers ever arrived at that meeting. Why?
Suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning. White male Caucasian. Approximately 62 years. No papers, notes, or effects. Dispatch coroner and ID unit.
No papers or effects were found with Dr. Jessup's body. Why? Did such a fantastic project as the Philadelphia experiment ever really take place? We don't know for sure, but to date, at least a dozen books have been written about it. The key question is this. Did the government have a top-secret project involving the Eldridge and an application of Einstein's unified field theory? A Princeton scientist who claimed he worked on the early stages of the project says that he saw a handwritten sheet of complex mathematical calculations pertaining to the project, and that he recognized the handwriting as that of Albert Einstein himself. Some people claim that high-ranking research officers persuaded the Navy to let them use this ship, the Eldridge, just as soon as she was built. Interestingly, the logbook for the Eldridge is missing. The pages for the first 3 months of her service. Why? This is a picture of the dry dock where the Eldridge was built. Filed top secret for 22 years. Another interesting note is that the Eldridge later experienced an unusually high desertion rate. For some reason, her crewmen kept jumping ship in greater than average numbers. Could it be that there was still some lingering after effects of that mysterious experiment? In this era of vigorous investigative reporting, as demonstrated by such exposés as the Pentagon Papers and Watergate, we find it baffling that even after 35 years, witnesses still refuse to talk about the Philadelphia experiment. And it is worthy of note that the Office of Naval Research categorically states that the incident never took place.